I'll be better dressed in a short while. But if you can just answer these questions before we start, it will really help me in figuring out the agenda, which the topics I should be discussing today. So if you can just answer these questions for me very quickly. Okay, so people from healthcare and hospital, lot of people from healthcare hospital today, equal number of people from manufacturing, oil and gas as well. Somehow a lot of people from healthcare. Okay, so I'll try to give some healthcare examples also. Good. That's good to know. Yes, please vote so that I can know what exactly I should be talking about today. Okay, so we have got still healthcare. Okay, now manufacturing has just gone ahead of healthcare. So almost 26%, 24%, neck to neck fight, and others, we have got a lot of people in others, and I don't know what others means, but anyway, good. Thanks a lot. And again, one more question before we start. Which department you belong to? So I will understand if everyone understands a little bit about quality, then I'll start from on a different level. So we have around 40% of the people or 30% of the people from quality and 70% of the people from remaining like operations, finance and procurement, IT, HR, okay. And we have marketing as well, okay. Okay, so it's a mixed group. So no problem, I'll take care of everyone. So it's very easy to take care of everyone when you are teaching Lean and Six Sigma, because Lean and Six Sigma is applicable to all industries. That's the best part. Lean Six Sigma is applicable to all industries. And that's what you are going to learn today. And as people join in, in the beginning, it happens, people take a while to join. So till the time people are joining in, what I will do, I'll take you to the agenda, what topics I'll be talking about here today. So I'll be introducing you to Anexas, and first 5-10 minutes I'll devote myself to introduction of the company, introduction of myself. By the time 5-10 minutes, everyone joins in, because when I start teaching you tools and techniques, if you miss out on in the beginning, it will be very difficult for you to understand something towards the end. And I strongly recommend that you be there for 2 hours. In fact, you can be there for 2.5 hours. If you are okay to spend that additional half an hour, I will also show you how to implement Lean and Six Sigma in an organization. So right now it's a yellow belt. You should just know what basic tools and techniques of Lean Six Sigma are. You don't have to remember. You don't have to apply these tools to real life, because you are supporting the green belts and black belts. And in a while, I will tell you who is a green belt and who is a black belt as well. We'll be also learning about DMAIC, Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control, DMAIC. And we'll also see applications in different industries. And I'll try to touch upon a little bit of healthcare, a little bit of manufacturing, because we have people almost balancing from those sector, plus logistics also. We have, projects from different industries. And if still time permits, I doubt, but if still time permits, I will even touch upon some of the lean topics as well. So let us start with the introduction, and let me begin with a formal welcome to everyone.
Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you.
So once again, formal welcome to you. And we have been around since 2006, so almost 17 years. So we celebrated our 18th Foundation Day very recently, last month. About me, I'm a chemical engineer. We used to work a lot, but was not earning enough money. So what I thought was, let me try out different things. And one fine day, I came to know that one of my bosses, there are so many bosses in my petrochemical company where I used to work. So one of the persons or senior persons, he announced that they are choosing the best performers to be nominated for something called as black belt training. And these were the top 10 performers they would be nominating. So I thought I was one of those top 10 performers, but unfortunately the company did not think so, and I was not nominated. But the best part, what I saw about this whole Lean and Six Sigma training was that the people who underwent this training, they changed their mindset, and the way they came back after they attended the training. When they came back, their contribution rose significantly, and they were able to solve problems very easily. So, and also they did some improvement projects which benefited the organization a lot. So I thought, next batch, maybe I would be nominated. Unfortunately, the next batch never happened because these 10 black belts who were chosen, they did fantastic projects, and immediately they were picked up by other industries because they had some special certification. So company thought that the organization, when they are spending money in training these people then increase their value in the market, and then they leave. So they thought we will not train anyone else. Well, they were mistaken, because the idea is that to train your people, train your employees, and even some people, they stay with you. They are still able to contribute. And anyway, that was my misfortune that that program never happened. So I thought I would get trained myself. I searched for different institutes around the world. Those days, I'm talking about somewhere around 1999. Those days, very few institutes used to give Lean Six Sigma training, and I searched for them, invested a lot of money, went there, traveled there, and finally, as I said before you, I am a certified Lean and Six Sigma Master Black Belt with around now. After the certification, for first 10 years was hardcore production. I was in hardcore manufacturing environment, and then I became a Master Black Belt, and suddenly the doors opened to services industries, manufacturing industries, logistics, healthcare, entertainment industry, hospitality, theme parks industry. So as I said before you, I've got lots of clients, like starting for Aramco, SABIC, King Fahad Medical City, Sultan Qaboos University Medical Hospital, KSUMC, International Medical Center, Beijing Hospital, Bangkok Hospital, and lots of mining industries in Australia. Right now, I'm in Australia, again on a project. So I keep moving around. Next week, I'll be in Riyadh, and next week, I'll be in Dubai. And that's how a life of Master Black Belt is. You enjoy world travel and traveling also, not only around the country, but also around the industries. And that's really, really cool and fantastic. So I have trained lots of people around the world and served lots of organizations, and I enjoy doing that. I've also written books, and I've been speaking in various conferences. So that was about myself, just to prove that I have done all these things. I've clicked some photographs as the people in the next 3-4 minutes still to go. People are still joining in, and that usually happens. I will maybe spend a little more time on introducing myself. So you can achieve all these things and much more. That is why I'm telling you, because you will be learning today not only from me, but you'll be also learning from the experience of my students. They also keep teaching me. And yeah, some London program, Bangalore, Mumbai. I also take pride in telling that I was the first person to conduct a black belt training, Lean Six Sigma black belt training, first time ever conducted in whole of Middle East. It was, I always take pride in telling that I had conducted this training, and this is from the same one of the hospitals I did it. And fortunately, actually, I'm conducting this after 15 years. I'm conducting one more batch for this hospital next week. So if we are in Riyadh, I'll be happy to talk to you, and of course, you can meet me in this hospital. Novartis, the largest pharmaceutical company, they are also our client, that is in Switzerland, based in Switzerland. So Saudi Arabia, Switzerland, India, uh, uh, China, Denmark, US, National Healthcare Service. They are also our client in US. Various awards and various forums, international platforms. We have been awarded also some TV shows as well to our
I'm Shekhar
credit.
Suman, and I wish to
This is
congratulate
Z
all
Business
the Six
Show,
Sigma certified black belt from Anexas. All
where
the best. Thank
I
you.
did a 13 episodes, it's a 13 episode serial talking about process excellence in a very interesting way. We had a lot of fun on the sets. ASQ speaker 8 times. Next year
On
again, I'm
21st of May
speaking. Every year,
2019, I'm going to speak in American Society of Quality's World Conference
this
in
will be
Fort Worth,
ninth year.
Texas. I'm going to
And
talk.
yeah, lots of clients, etc. And okay, so uh, written lots of articles in various magazines. Deputy Health Minister of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Tarif Alama, had have some very good words for us. Dr. Muhammad Abdul Ali, he also has attended our training. He's the health ministry spokesperson, and lots of people, National Healthcare Service, lots of people. Maybe if time permits, towards the end, I'll show you some great credentials. And plus, not only that, I will also tell you how to implement Lean and Six Sigma in a company. But that will be in the last half an hour. So if you are ready to spend a little bit more time, although this time schedule is 2 hours, but if you are able to spend more time, around half an hour more, I'll be also talking about how to implement Lean and Six Sigma in an organization. But before that, as a yellow belt, you should know what are the basic tools and techniques used in Lean Six Sigma. So can you tell me what are the similarities here? Manufacturing improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients from 3 hours to 15 minutes. 64% reduction in recruitment time in a multinational company. Hotel improves customer experience and increases bookings to almost 2 times. A bank reduces errors and cycle times by 80%, and insurance claims reduced by 70%. What is common? What is common here? So I see telecommunications. Bashir is from telecommunication. Hamdan is for laboratory, and Husam is for marketing. Arvind from restaurants. Okay. IT Yogesh. Rahul. Okay. Rahul Kumar Singh. Can you speak in Hindi? Okay. I have got a similar program in Hindi as well. So that's recorded, and it is very much on the YouTube channel. If you want, I can give you. My team can put the Hindi yellow belt as well. You can just watch that. Okay, so here Muhammad is telling effective. Ramu is telling removing redundant processes. Ganesh, Nizamuddin time. Afsa is telling improvements. Almost everyone is right. Yes, almost all of you are right. And one common thread is going through this. Okay, Asifa from Bangladesh, very good. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Yes, less time, Usam is telling. Less time, Nizamuddin Sayyid is telling, and improvement in product. Almost all of you are right. Plus one more common thread, that is all of them are Six Sigma projects. So let me tell you. Forward is telling, I can't see the chat. See, the thing is, this is a webinar. So whatever you are writing, I can see. Whatever others are writing cannot see. Okay. There are no messages shown in my chat. Mohammed is telling, don't worry. You can't see others' messages, but you can, I can see your message. Oh, got it. Okay, fine. Great. So it is all of you are right. And all of these are Lean Six Sigma projects. So what is Lean Six Sigma? In one sentence, if someone asks me in one sentence, tell me what is Lean Six Sigma, I would say that it is project's approach to process improvement. Project's approach to process improvement. What is a project? Project is a one-time endeavor. It has a starting point. It is an end point. It is a one-time activity, one-time endeavor. So whatever you want to improve in your organization, you convert this into a project. So you want to improve production in your organization. You are at 100 tons per day. You would like to make it 150 tons per day. So a project would be increasing 100 tons of production, the productivity from 100 tons per day to 150 tons per day. That becomes a project. If you are working in a hospital and your project could be reducing the infection rate from 2% to 1% in our hospital, or nosocomial infection rates from X% to Y%. Or if you are from, let's say, banking industry, waiting time, IT industry, reducing the errors in the code, or reducing that delay in the project completion time. So these are all projects. So what are you doing? You are trying to contribute to the strategic business objectives of the organization by doing improvement projects. Okay. So construction industry also, well, construction industry as well. Nizamuddin is telling, if you are ready to wait for additional half an hour, I will, in the last half an hour, I will show you one short video. In fact, you are not ready to wait for that. I will put that video here. You can watch that later on. Lean and Six Sigma in construction industry. I've got videos for Lean Six Sigma in construction industry, Lean Six Sigma in hospital, Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing, Lean Six Sigma in banking, Lean Six Sigma in telecommunications. Can my team put all these links? So those who are belonging to these particular industries, telecommunications, healthcare, manufacturing, banking, you tell me your industry. I have a Lean Six Sigma video for you, how Lean Six Sigma is applicable to your industry. Okay. Now you will also know how is this wonderful methodology applicable to every industry. Soon you will also get convinced, and soon you will know why I'm telling so. Because for each and every industry, Lean Six Sigma means reduction in costs, reduction in defects, reduction in waste, reduction in rework, reduction in cycle times, and improvement in quality, production efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, profitability, resilience, and which CEO would not like a person who can achieve all of these things, right? So Lean and Six Sigma is a methodology which is able to transform each and every industry. Now, let me tell you, would you like to know the history of Six Sigma? Would you like to know the history of how it started? Okay, so Arvind is telling yes, okay, fine. Muhammad, Fuad, okay, Rabi, okay, please. So let me play a video. See, I also have got lots of videos with me. the links to these videos, and this program also is being recorded, and this program is also available on my channel, Anexas channel. You can subscribe to the Anexas channel. I'm just putting the link here. Subscribe to the channel and you will get access to all of these videos. Okay, so let me talk about how did it start.
So, well, Lean and Six Sigma green belts and black belts are those individuals who can do improvement projects in the organization by choosing improvement opportunities and converting these improvement opportunities into projects. It all started in Motorola when Bob Galvin, the CEO, took a challenge saying that I would like to improve everything by 5 times in the organization. And he was told about some statistical tools and techniques which Bill Smith and Michael Harry were using to improve the processes. Bob Galvin was so much impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing, he told them to develop a methodology which, if applied to the organizational processes, can improve the processes. So he was particularly impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing. They were choosing improvement projects. Now, what is the definition? As I told you, definition of a project is it has a starting point, it has an end point, it doesn't exist after some time. So Bill Smith and Michael Harry would translate the improvement opportunities in the organization to projects, and applying tools and techniques of statistics, they would find the root causes of the problem, and then after solving the root causes of the problem would impact the organizational bottom line. Both of them developed Six Sigma DMAC methodology. They started training the green belts and black belts. Green belts and black belts were the people who could fight all the quality related problems in the organizations. Six Sigma brought in a lot of benefits for Motorola, and it also won Malcolm Baldrige Award in 1988. Jack Welch of GE was so much impressed with this methodology that he told his employees that you would not be promoted if you are not a green belt. So everyone wanted to be a green belt, everyone started doing projects. Then GE started telling their vendors and suppliers that if you want to have business from GE, you need to implement Six Sigma. So vendors also started asking what is Six Sigma, and GE would say that we will send our master black belts and train you in this methodology. So in this manner, Lean Six Sigma spread out around the world, and today almost 80% of the Fortune 100 companies and many, many more companies around the world have implemented Six Sigma and Lean. Lean started in Toyota.
Anyway, so I'm not going to tell you the long story of Toyota. I have got a very good video about the flow, concept of flow. And it has got a story embedded of Toyota. And I've also explained the concept of the flow, continuous flow in the whole system, which you can always watch on my Anexas channel. And welcome, Mohammad Havesh Kaisar. Happy to meet you too. And thank you for all the wishes. Okay, so concept of flow is given here. It contains these are very, very excellent videos, I can tell you, because I can't teach lots of things in 2 hours. so it's very limited time. So I will be giving you lots of material to watch. If you are interested, of course, please spend additional total cumulative around 1 more hour. If you can spend half an hour more, just continue to stay on today, half an hour more. I will give you a lot of more information, plus, of course, a lot of links which you can watch whenever you are free. Usually, I see that people are never free, So when I give them the videos, generally people skip it, say, I will watch later on. But they are very, very valuable videos, and they will clarify a lot of your concepts, lots and lots of your concepts. Okay, now let us look at what is Six Sigma and Lean. What is Lean and what is Six Sigma? Okay, Lean is about removing the waste in the process and reducing the cycle time. And Six Sigma is about reducing the variation in our products and services. Okay. Now, to understand this whole concept of Lean and Six Sigma, let us understand the model of a typical organization. What I will do is I will draw a model of a typical organization. Okay, just a minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. So think of your own organization. Think of your own organization and try to fit in whatever I am saying. Try to fit in your organization. If you carefully observe, your organization produces a product or a service, isn't it? Through a series of steps. It could be department A, B, C, D, or it could be step number A, step B, step C, and step D. You produce an output. This output is either a product or a service. This output is either a product or a service. So if you are manufacturing cars, you are producing an output, which is a product. And if you are, let's say, in a hospital, you are providing a service, let's say patient treatment, surgery. If you are in bank, of course, you are providing a service, maybe opening a fixed deposit or opening a bank account. You also have inputs which are being processed. Inputs could be the raw material, inputs could be the information, inputs could be the staff, the people, the skills. These are all inputs to a process. And these inputs are being processed throughout a series of process steps. Steps A, B, C, D. When done continuously, repeatedly, over a period of time, again and again and again and again and again and again, anything which is repetitive in nature is a process. As against a project is a one-time endeavor. Process is something which you keep doing again and again. A series of steps producing an output again and again. That is a process. And think of your organization. It also fits into this model. And not only this, you also have a customer. So you have a customer and your services, your products are going to a customer. Customer is a person who receives your output. Okay. And the suppliers are the ones which are supplying the inputs. So you have inputs, you have outputs. Outputs going to this customer, supplier supplying the inputs. Supplier is going to be outside supplier, and supplier could be inside, within your organization also. Another department could be your suppliers. And then we have got a strategy team or a planning team somewhere here. Strategy team, planning team, scheduling team. So customer gives a feedback about the product or service, or you also predict the demand of your product or service in the market. And based on that prediction, strategy and planning team tells the supplier to supply the raw materials. Plus, based on the feedback given by the customers, the strategy planning team tells the departments to make changes in the standard operating procedures or their planning, how they will be functioning. And that is how you are operating as a system. Your organization is a system. This is known as systems thinking. Systems thinking means as a quality professional, as a manager, you should have systems approach. You should have a systems thinking. You should not having silo thinking. Silo means I'm in my silo. I'm in my department. I belong to department B. I come in the morning, do my duty and finish. And at 5 o'clock, I leave for home thinking I've done a great job. I don't know what's happening in A. I don't know what is happening in C. So if I'm in department B and I'm thinking only about my department, improvement in my department, that means I'm having a silo approach. When I'm thinking of the whole organization as a system which is operating in an external and internal, both environments are very important, then you are able to make a huge difference. So let's say you are in department B, and in department B, this is department B, you improve the department B to a large extent, automate everything, whatever you are doing, do it very fast. So department B becomes fast, but A is slow, C is also slow. What will happen? B is fast, C is again slow. B is processing 20 units per hour. C is processing 10 units per hour. What will happen? There will be a work in process inventory. There will be a waiting time. This inventory is a waste. Waiting time is a very big dissatisfying thing for the customer. They are known as waste in the processes. Or you see a lot of things are moving around from one place to another place. It is again a waste in the system. Anything which prohibits the flow, continuous flow in the system, continuous flow of the value. Please understand, customer is not interested in your product or the service. Customer is not interested in your product or the service. Customer is interested in the value he derives from the product or the service. So suppose you are producing a car. Customer is not interested in a car. If you thought that customer is interested in that Ferrari, no. He is interested in the speed of transportation. He's interested in sense of pride when he owns this car. That is the value the customer is deriving from your output or the products. So you have to think about the value. Think about the value. And that is how you are creating the value for the customer. You are creating value for the customer. This is value stream. How the value is created. Customer finds value. He gives the feedback. That feedback is also of some value. Based on that feedback, we create a plan. We inform the supplier that information. He gives the input. That is also value. The inputs have got certain values. The raw material has got somebody, but value keeps on increasing as it flows through the whole system. And finally, it creates a huge value for the customer. And this is how a value flows like a stream. Without interruption, it flows. It is good. If there is interruption, intermittent breakdowns, waiting times, errors. Department C produces lots of mistakes. They go on, they get passed on to subsequent departments. We still keep on working on those defective material without knowing, unknowingly, and we deliver the defective product or service to the customers. I'm talking about all organizations. It could be you may be from telecommunication, you may be from logistics industry, you may be from banking, any organization. See, Lean Six Sigma tools are for every organization. Okay. It is not specifically. Some people say, can you conduct a Lean Six Sigma training for healthcare? Can you conduct a Lean Six Sigma training for manufacturing? My dear friend, all the tools and techniques remain the same. Yeah, I do. Actually, if person is not able to understand, I say, yeah, I'm conducting a Lean and Six Sigma training for healthcare. We will feel happy. Yeah, I am a healthcare expert. And then I end up teaching the same concept. So Lean and Six Sigma is exactly same for everyone. You will be getting the tools and techniques. You have to fit in these tools and techniques to your own processes. Okay, by the way, if you have heard or understood up to here, let me complicate the matters a little bit. See, I'll keep complicating the matters. I don't think it's so easy, by the way. Being a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt is a sense, with a sense of pride, because you would have learned a lot of tools and techniques. In a very short period of time, you would have learned lots of tools and techniques. It's just half an hour now. You have 1.5 hours to go. And stay on for 2 hours. As I said, 2 hours more, you will learn much, much more than what you have, understood about Lean and Six Sigma. If you ever got some previous experience also, still you'll get a lot of value from this session. So please keep on watching. And now coming back. So up to here you are fine. To here you are. Yeah. Okay. Now, product or service. Customer is interested in the value. I told you the customer is either happy or unhappy with our services. Yeah. wherever he is, what he would be. See, how would I evaluate myself? How well I'm doing? You cannot improve, you cannot manage if you cannot measure. That is rule number one. Rule number two is you can measure everything. Rule number three is if you think something cannot be measured, go back to rule number two. That means everything can be measured. And I'll tell you in a short while how to measure everything. Don't worry. So some of the measures, I can say, measures. In Six Sigma, we call it CTQ, critical to quality characteristics. Critical to quality. Critical to quality characteristics. Sometimes we can also call it as KPI without the target, of course. So for example, three of those CTQs are very, very common to almost all the outputs, either product or service. That is, one is time taken to complete that activity, time taken to deliver that product or service. Another is quality, which we measure in terms of errors or defects, anything which the customer does not want. And the third one is cost. So these three measures are very, very common, and I'm sure you will even understand or this from your product's perspective. Think of your service or the product, and you will understand. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Plus, it could be some more measures which are very, very specific. Suppose you are manufacturing chocolates. The weight of the chocolate could be another measure. Moisture content in your product. Suppose you are manufacturing, let's say, oil, petrol. Then in that case, moisture content could be, ash content could be, one of the specifications. If you are in hospital, infection rate could be, waiting time, patient waiting time. All these things are measures. We call it as measures. And how do I get these measures? I collect the voice of customers, what the customer wants. Customer wants speed. Okay, I want speed. Then I will put a measure, CTQ, as cycle time. Okay. I want cleanliness. So CTQ is cleanliness rating. So you have to put a measure. Okay. Now measures could be of two types. I will tell you how to measure everything in a short while, but this is how all the organizations in the world operate. Excuse me for my throat. It's very cold here. Its outside temperature is 8 degrees Celsius in Melbourne. And when I just came in a bit before starting. By the way, I'm those who have joined late. I'm in Melbourne, and it is now 1:45 a.m. here in Melbourne. Okay, so my energy levels might be a little low. It's midnight. It's midnight here. Okay, so I hope up to here you have understood everything. And if you have not understood, don't worry. You can watch this. This is being recorded. You can watch this any number of times later on. This recording will be sent to you. It is also available on Anexas channel of YouTube. Please subscribe to that channel and you'll get a lot of information. You'll not repent it. Trust me, you'll not repent it. And some of you are asking, do I do training programs in Hindi? Yes, I do it in Hindi as well. We do in various languages, in Arabic, we have got so many languages. In Malayalam, Tamil, we have got in Urdu, we have done in Bangla, we have done in okay. Anyway, let's not divert. So my Hindi program I have done. The other languages I have not done, but the others have done. My colleagues or my students have done it. But I have done Hindi, which of course my team would have put a link. If you are interested, please watch that as well. Okay. By the way, my name is Amitabh, and those who are from India, आप अमिताभ को तो जानते ही हैं, आई? Okay. Now, by the way, if you have understood the systems map, now you can understand Lean as well as Six Sigma in a better way. What is Lean? Lean is identify the waste in the system. So first, do a Gemba investigation. Gemba means go to the field, go to the place of action. Go to the place of action and identify, map the process, not the map the process like this, the way I did. This is known as value stream mapping, also known as VSM. Yeah, value stream mapping, but not the bigger systems approach, which of course you start with that. Now, this systems map thinking or systems map can be done for a department also, can be done for an individual also. You can create your own system map also. You have got your customers, you are delivering different outputs as an individual. You're following certain processes. Going to the office is one process. Eating food is one process. So you have got multiple processes. Like every organization has got multiple processes. So you can create a value stream map. Now, as a master black belt, you will be given a system to improve. You will be given an organization to improve. Okay. As a black belt, you will be given a process to improve. And as a green belt, you will be given a CPQ to improve. Like you will be given, okay, please reduce the cycle time. Please reduce the errors. Please reduce the cost per unit of production. Please reduce the weight variation. Please reduce the humidity content or say moisture content. Please reduce the infection rate. Please reduce this. Please reduce or improve, not always reduce, please improve the productivity. So green belts are given CTQs to improve. Black belts are given processes to improve, and master black belts are given the whole system, whole organization to improve. So green belts do improvement projects, 3 months duration improvement projects, reducing the time, improving the quality, reducing the cost, reducing the variation and the weight, etc., etc., etc. And the black belts, they take a process like procurement process, recruitment process, production process, and production process has got multiple CTQs. So they can improve, work on multiple CTQs. They can work with a team of green belts. And the master black belts run lots of projects in the organization, lots of black belt, 5 black belt, 10, 20, 30, 50. I'm consulting for a lot of organizations. I have consulted in the past for Aramco and SABIC and Warner Brothers, Ferrari World, DP World, Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, King Fahad Medical City, and International Medical Center, and NACL. NACL is one of our clients. And if you are interested in if you are interested in understanding the how the organization implements Lean Six Sigma, towards the end, as I told you, wait a while. I will, towards the last 5 to 10 minutes, I will taking examples of different organizations where I have implemented Six Sigma. I will show you how they have really done those wonders and what kind of great achievements they have achieved. Okay. So now you are better equipped to understand the complicated things. So Ganesh is telling, give examples of pharmaceutical sectors. Okay, so it's the same thing. Weight variation of your tablet. Yeah. Think of, try to fit your organization into this model. Your the tablets which you produce, the medicines you produce, the vaccines you produce, they are your products, right? Again, the same story. Okay, now lean is about reducing the waste. So there is waiting, transportation, over-processing, inventory, rework, underutilized resources, lots of waste in the system, lots and lots of waste in the system. Okay, well, you would like to reduce it. If you reduce, your cycle times will reduce. You use techniques like 5S. You use techniques like Pokayoke. Pokayoke means mistake proofing. Even by mistake, you cannot commit a mistake. So these are different techniques. I have talked about these techniques separately in different videos. They are all available again, as usual, on Anexas channel. Please subscribe it. And I'm giving you a lot of things for free. Okay. And you will learn a lot. In fact, there's a very, very powerful tool called FMEA, Failure Modes and Effects Analysis, where you imagine how you will fail. It was first used by NASA. They imagined how they will fail to go to the moon. In Apollo mission, it was used first time. And then it was used in automobile, defense services, etc. And now it is used by almost all the industries, including healthcare. So manufacturing, healthcare, banking, risk management, everyone uses FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. Please watch that video, FMEA video also I'm giving. Please watch that. That is a very, very powerful tool. Even if you just apply FMEA, go back to your organization whenever your weekend ends. If you're starting on Sunday, then Sunday, or Monday, then Monday. Pick up a small process or a product and apply FME on it. That 20-minute video, I've explained everything, and I will equip you with the full skill of how to do an FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. So please watch that. Okay. FMEA, please put the link. My team can put the link. So lean is about doing a Gemba investigation. Gemba means Gemba walk, go around, look for yourself. Don't sit on your desk. Don't imagine things. Go in the field, go to the battleground and see how the things are happening, and make your notes. Map the process as is. As is. Map the process as is. And my team can confirm all these links, I am sure. Are you giving to the people in the email? Please make a nice email and send those links. Please do it for sure. Please send it to our team. Please make a point. Please do that. So my team will send all the links which we are providing here to you in an email too. So lean, in short, was that. What is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is about reducing the variation in your product. To understand Six Sigma, you will have to spend around 15-20 minutes to understand some basic statistical analysis. So if you are ready to further complicate the matters. Okay, before I complicate, let me talk about lean a little bit more, because I see a lot of people from healthcare are there. Right? In the beginning, I had asked a question, and some of you joined a little late. So it doesn't matter. But in the beginning, I saw that lots of people are from healthcare today joined. People from manufacturing also. So I will take an example of both. Okay, so let us take an example of first from healthcare, how these waste. Let us learn lean through. So I'll jump a little bit because my healthcare should be happy, learning a little bit of, yeah. So although I'm giving a healthcare example right now, but this lean is applicable to all industries. Yeah. So what are the wastes? Waste of intelligence. You hire a PhD person and give him data entry job. People are giving you suggestions, but you are not listening. That's waste of intelligence. There's so much of waste, such waste in our organizations. Any defects, errors in the product or services is a waste. Waiting time is a waste. Inventory, motion, transportation, overproduction, overprocessing. So before I go to the variation and standard deviation, etc., let me talk a little bit about the 7 or 8 wastes. See, some of the wastes are obvious. Some of the wastes are hidden. They can't see. Overpricing, overtime, overstaffing, insurance, reimbursement, subsidies. So while I was doing a program for Beijing Hospital in China, we took a Gemba walk. I've done this exercise for lots of more in manufacturing, by the way, in SABIC, also in ADNOC. ADNOC is Abu Dhabi Oil Company. There we reduce the rig move time. Oil rig moves time, reduce rig moving time. That I presented also in American Society of Quality. That became a very big case study. It was published. So what we did, we went around and we identify the waste. And if I take an example, see, we map a process. Now, think from the customer's perspective. What is the value customer is looking at when he's doing a blood test? The value is that customer should know the health status of the health, right? It could be a physician who would be a customer as well, and the patient is also a customer. Now, walking to the OPD is not adding any value. Registering is not adding any value. Only 2 steps are adding value. Which are these 2 steps? Drawing the blood and processing the blood tests and giving the report. That's it. So can I reduce the other non-value added steps? We call it as non-value added steps, waste, or also known as muda. Muda in Japanese means waste. 80% of the nurse calls from inpatients for our housekeeping in nature. My bed sheet is dirty, my pillow cover is dirty. Nurses are called, ring the bell. Oh no, my nurse. Oh nurse, this is an issue. That is an issue. It is wastage of intelligence of nurse. Nurse is not here to look after your bed sheets, etc. She's there to give you the medicine. She'll forget to give you the medicine. She'll give you the wrong medicine. If you're wasting her time or intelligence. Lots of examples. I'll not go into the detail. One medical center, the cardiology program was adding 2 more cardiologists, and the outpatient cardiac diagnostics lab had a capacity of only 8 exams per day. The work was redesigned. The non-value added steps were removed. And in single day, now capacity was doubled to 16 exams. In another case, patients had to wait up to 6 days between the cardiologist exam conducted on the doctor's office and the treadmill exam conducted in the diagnostics lab. So, after doing a Gemba investigation, see what Gemba investigation does it. The processes which you are following, you are in manufacturing or services, doesn't matter. They were designed 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe 50 years ago. And lot of equipments, lots of automation was not there. A lot of things were missing. Technology was not there. But these process designed, no one bothered to change the process in the last 10 years. You're blindly following the same thing. The same non-value, the same form needs to be filled up again and again. No one knows why this form needs to be filled up. Fax machine is one example. Every organization has a fax machine and fax number. What is the use of fax number? When you can see all the information from one part of the world to any part of the world within a few seconds. What is the use of a fax machine? You tell me. But still, blindly, we have a fax number, fax machine. No one knows why we have. These kinds of waste are present everywhere. So here also, we did some changes, and we were able to, patients were able to see both the doctor and the, they were able to see the patients in the diagnostic lab, and they were able to do the test also, and doctors were also able to see on the same day. No, even the productivity of the doctors also improved, and patient waiting time also improved. So these are some simple things, very, very simple things you can improve. See, after 15 minutes, as I told you, I'm going to enter into statistical world, and that's like fantastic thing. That's it will give you huge breakthrough improvements, but I'm talking about the very simple thing. These are simple things. Simple process map, simple reduction of waste can do wonders for you. Lot of approvals, this approval, that approval after approval. They are not adding any value to the system. Remove these approvals. What is this? See, I asked one organization, the CEO is having 17 files to sign every day. 17 to 18 files. What the CEO doing is, oh, everything is fine. He will ask two questions. Blindly is signing. Why you are signing? Oh, because my vice president has already seen everything. Vice president is also signing blindly. He is saying, why you are signing? Oh, my senior manager has seen everything. I consulted him, everything is fine. Why senior manager is signing blindly? My manager has done everything. So what is your value add? Why you are signing? Because someone committed a mistake 10 years ago. You just put one more check. It's all waste. Remove the waste and think of the value which is given to the customer. Like, for example, if I take our example of a training, this training, what is the value? You are my customer right now. What is the value you are looking at? You are not looking at certificate. You are not looking, okay, of course, you're looking at certificate. You will get one. There's a small, some people are asking, there's a small administration fee, which is equal to what you will be paying when you go for a lunch in your any restaurant. It is, if you are willing to pay, you can pay. Otherwise, that's fine. Training is free for you, but there's a cost, small costs associated. But anyway, that is certification, not that of something. Or you are not happy looking at me conducting a training, or training is of not value. What is the value? Please understand, what is the value? Value is enhancing your knowledge of process excellence, process improvement, so that you are more skilled, your mindset changes, and you are able to contribute better to your organization. That is the value. Now, to deliver this value, suppose I am going to fly to your city. The transportation is non-value added activity. I'm going to stay in a hotel. I'm going to take a taxi. I'm sitting in a lounge waiting for my flight. They are all non-value added activities for you. So think of the value which needs to be provided to the customer, and you will do wonders. So, for example, in hospital, I was talking about this unnecessary motion, unnecessary waiting, unnecessary transport. I'll come to the manufacturing example also in the next, when I'm teaching, let's say, Six Sigma, I'll take manufacturing example, don't worry. Although both Lean and Six Sigma are applicable to all industries. Again, I'm repeating the same thing. Okay. So, a person who's not utilized is a waste. Equipment which is not utilized is a waste. Okay. A surgeon who's not utilized is a waste. Okay. Walk to elevator 1 minute, elevator wait 3 minutes, elevator travel 1 minute, walk to lab 1 minute, nurse cost per hour. I'm talking US. US, we have got many hospitals as our client. Australia, there are 2-3 hospitals which are our clients. And I already talked about Middle East, because most of you are from Middle East today. So, Middle East, lots and lots of hospitals, including the Ministry of Health, plus a lot of ministers. They are all our clients. Cost of 5 trips per day per nurse. So these are all waste multiplied by 300 days. If you have 200 nurses, if you're a large hospital, 200 nurses multiplied by 300, multiplied by $12, it runs into millions. And millions has wasted just in the elevator wait. Just imagine. Lab, pharmacy, second floor, radiation equipment, ground floor. Why can't you have everything on the same floor to reduce the transportation? Interruptions, waste. Mistake proofing, I was talking about pokayoke. Pokayoke in Japanese means mistake proofing or fool proofing. Even a foolish person cannot commit a mistake. Like a fool like me who tries to, boil the rice and forgets. In the rice cooker, even by mistake, the rice will not burn. Why? Because it will switch off automatically. Similarly, a lot of smart machines you can have. I'm not going to describe these because many of you are not from healthcare, so I'll just very quickly tell. But some of the equipments are there which will, even by mistake, they will not commit a mistake. My friends from healthcare industry, they can identify them. Normal range 0.001 to 0.01 gram. Another value, even if someone enters by mistake, will not be accepted. Oxygen and nitrogen cannot be connected to each other because the connections are different. Even if you want, you cannot connect. By mistake, I want oxygen and suddenly you put nitrogen. You can imagine what will happen to the patient. So even by mistake, you cannot do that because the connections are like that. That's pokayoke. During the surgery, you use a fixed number of packages so that you don't forget anything. Yeah, complete catheter kits for insertion, pre-packaged medication cart, and all these examples. Anyway, this was I just talked about lean examples in healthcare. Now let us, as I told you, life is not easy, my friends. So now be ready to study a little bit of statistics. I hope you are ready. So let me take example. Now, in order to explain the variation, in order to explain the concept of variation and how it produces low quality, let us take an example. So here I can take an example. Think of, let's say, chocolate producing company, and you want to produce a chocolate with weight of 100 plus minus 3 grams. Okay, let me, instead of this is like little, let me make it, draw it here. Let's see. Okay. The specification is 100 grams plus minus 3 grams. Okay. 100 grams plus minus 3 grams. We call it a specification limit set by the customer. So lower specification limit is, can you tell me lower specification limit is 97 grams and upper specification limit is 103 grams, right? Now I'm giving an example of a chocolate, but you can even take example of a surgery if you are from hospital. A surgery should complete in 100 minutes plus minus 5 minutes. Yeah, and same thing. But anyway, I'll stick to my example. One example is enough to understand the concept. Then you can apply this to any example. Because every process has got a specification limit. Sometimes it has only one specification limit. Like for example, delivery should happen within less than 10 days. So you have got only upper specification limit, that is 10 days. Yeah. Sometimes it could be lower specification limit. Like I'm running a coffee restaurant. The temperature of the coffee which you serve should be greater than 80 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So that is your lower specification. So it would be lower specification limit, one-sided specification limit, two-sided specification limit, any. It could be either way. We are taking an example of two-sided specification limit. So LSL is 97, USL is 103. That is known as voice of voice of customer. Please remember, voice of customer. Customer will tell you the lower specification limit and upper specification limit. But our process, our machines, our people, together, machine, people, processes, they together produce something. That is known as voice of process. So if I collect the chocolates produced by this company, you will find that most of us, let's say very, very nicely, weight set in the machine is right, very nicely set. We are controlling the weight. Maximum chocolates produced by me are 100 grams. But sometimes I go up to 101 grams also, 102 grams also, 103 grams also. Yeah. Now, if you just collect 30 samples, surprisingly, 30 samples only, collect 30 samples. Surprisingly, will give you a histogram. Histogram is historical graph. Make a historical graph. Nowadays, histogram can be made very easily in Excel sheet, Minitab. There's a tool called Minitab. When you join my green belt session, I show you. I will, when you join my green belt session, We do a project together in Minitab. We give you the Minitab also. We give you the case study also. We solve the case study also. Okay. Today, I will solve one case study with you. First you understand the concept. After that, we apply this concept to a real life situation. Then I'll also show you how this project was actually done in a company. First, we'll do in the class. Then we'll show how it was done in the company. And we have done more than 5,000 projects like this. Yeah, personally, I have guided more than 2,000. My team has got also a lot of experience. So this is all easy. No rocket science in it. In fact, today people talk about machine learning, this, ANOVA, test, regression. We were all teaching. We are teaching for the last 20 years. I have been teaching this. When a long time back, King Khalid Eye Specialist Hospital, when I launched this program in 2008, I was teaching the same thing, what the world is teaching now, the regression as machine learning. By the way, we also conduct machine learning training, data science training. If you join my green belt and black belt session, I will give you the free data science training also, self-learning module of data science as well. It's a promise today, only for today. This is only for those who registered today and tomorrow. The free data science session with full certification I'll give. But of course, you have to attend my green belt and black belt. See, I will explain all these concepts to you in any way in the classroom. Then after that, I'll give you a self-learning module also. Please join in. I'll tell you how to join in a short while. But let us say I want to, reduce the recruitment cycle time in a company. This is the recruitment cycle time. This data is there. I can very easily, now don't worry where I'm clicking, how I'm clicking, because this is a yellow belt training. In the green belt, you learn everything. So I can make a very quickly, in just few seconds, histogram. So don't worry about how to make a histogram. These are all automated tools. So a histogram is created. Now, your chocolate is being produced between 97 almost to 103. This is known as voice of process. Now, when the voice of process is matching with the voice of customer, you are not producing any much defects. Still, there's a likelihood of producing some defects, like here, you see. These are known as defects, but very few defects. But what if something like this is there? Lot of defects are there. In this case, the variation 97 to 103. This is going up to 106. This is going up to 94. Chocolates produced by this company are going beyond 103. The senior management is unhappy. And they are also going lower than 97. The customer is unhappy. You give less chocolate to the customer is unhappy. You give more chocolate to the customer, the shareholder will be unhappy. Both are your customers. Lot of defects. Now, if I reduce the variation, very, very less, I'll produce very few defects, 0.00000, very few defects. Probability of defects is very, very low. Yeah. Are you able to understand this concept up to here? Are you with me? Are you with me up to here? Okay, if you are with me, then very nice. Then let me further complicate. I hope you are okay. You are still with me. People are not leaving. Sometimes people say, oh, this is not my cup of tea. Don't worry. These histograms exist in your process. They are there in hospital also. They are there If I collect the blood pressure of all the patients, it follows normal distribution. You may like it or not like it. They are in the bank also. They are in your theme park also. They are in your telecommunications company also. So even if you don't like statistics, statistics is still there with you. It is not going to leave. No, regression equations are present in our processes. You may not like, you may not know about it. Yeah. You don't look like, you don't see oxygen around, but it is there. You may not like it. Where is the oxygen? But it is there. It is the very existence. Similarly, organizations exist because of processes. They're voice of process. How do I collect the voice of process? Just collect 30 samples, make a histogram, and it will tell you, here the voice of process is, hey, I am producing between 94 to 106. This is process is telling you. I'm going to produce between 94 grams to 106. Your customer may want anything, I don't care. But the way you have trained my operators, the way you are running my machine, the way you maintain my machines, the kind of standard operating procedures you have given, you have made, I'm going to produce 94 to 106. And if you want to change it, don't blame the people, blame the process. Problems are not in the people, problems are in the processes. Any person working in this process, let's say I'm talking about this process, will produce, let's say, I will say, let's make an assumption, although statistically I can calculate, but this is 10% error here, 10% error here. 20% chocolates will be defective chocolates. Here, percentage of defects could be, here could be 1%, here could be 1%. Percentage is 2%. Or 1 million in 1 million, say 2% in 1 million will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20,000 defects in 1 million opportunities. Here it is 200,000 defects per million opportunities. And if I produce, wow, something, wow, 0.00000, both together, don't put together, I'm putting 0.000034, 3.4 defects in 1 million opportunities. Sorry, 1 million opportunities. Very few defects. Reduce the variation, reduce the defects. Very easy. Now let us look at this normal distribution. Let us look at the properties of the normal distribution. Okay. This normal distribution exists everywhere in the world. Okay. This was found by Carl Friedrich Gauss in 17th or 18th century. When he could find in 17th and 18th century, we are in 21st century. At least we can learn what he taught. And what he thought, what he saw around was, all the repetitive processes, they used to follow the normal distribution. He called this normal because it was normal to obtain this distribution. If I take the heights of all the people present in this classroom, it will follow a normal distribution. If I take the salaries of the people in this classroom, it follows a normal distribution. If I take the waiting time of your patients in the hospital, it will follow normal distribution. If I take the surgery time of taken by the surgeons, it follows normal distribution. If I take your production on a 30-40 days time or a whole year also, it will follow a normal distribution. If I take the intrinsic viscosity of the plastic produced by you, it follows normal distribution. There it is normally distributed. And he also found every data set has got an average and every data set has got a standard deviation. This is true. This is always there. Okay. Okay. How much time is left? I have to also see that, because I can go on and on, but yeah, we have got around 40 minutes. So I have to take you through the DMAC also. So let me quickly talk about a little bit of more statistical concept. Then I will, of course, show you a project. We'll do a project together. So what he found was one interesting phenomena. So let us say I take an example of Let's say a chocolate produced here. Average is 100 grams. Standard deviation is, let's say, 1. Okay. What he found was every time. Oh, before I take a chocolate example, let me take a simple example. I am taking, going to, let's say, my office every day. I collect the data, 31 minutes, sorry, 31 minutes, 21, 9 minutes, 28 minutes, 23 minutes. And an average, I collected 30, 40 samples. Average is 30 minutes. The average is 30 minutes. Standard deviation is 5 minutes. Okay. So let's take this example first. Then I'll go to the chocolate also. So average is 30 minutes. Now, as per Gaussian theorem, Mr. Gauss, he said, the curve touches +3 standard deviation and -3 standard deviation. Touches the x-axis. It actually never touches. It goes on and on and on and on at infinity. It's very, very less. I'm not able to draw that, but it's almost touches, almost. There's not so much of huge gap here, right? Almost touches, something like this. So almost ±3 times standard deviation contains 99.73% of the total population. It has nothing to do with the quality, by the way. Please understand. Don't confuse with quality. I'm not talking about 99.73% is contained within this ±3 times standard deviation from where you are drawing the sample. So if I draw my sample, my traveling time, 20, 30 days of sample traveling time, 30 minutes is an average and standard deviation is 5 minutes. So using Gaussian theorem, let me predict my values. This is 30. One standard deviation will be how much? One standard deviation will be how much, you tell me. 30 plus 5. That is 35. Right? Two standard deviation will be how much? 30 plus 2 times 5, which is 40. I hope you are understanding. And the 3 standard deviation will be how much? 45. The -1 standard deviation will be how much? 25. -2 standard deviation will be how much? 20. And -3 standard deviation will be how much? 15. So Arvind, Mohammed Al-Dasari, yeah, you are able to, oh yeah, a lot of people are able to calculate. So now some of you might be confused here. So don't worry, this recorded session is always there with you. You can rewind it and you can observe my word by word. Whatever I'm saying, you will understand exactly. And I have explained everything, don't worry. First time if you are learning, this might look a little complicated. So don't worry, don't get overwhelmed, right? Now this is known as lower control limit and this is known as upper control limit. And if I draw a chart like lower control limit and upper control limit, the chart look like my travel time will look like this. Yeah, like this. And with this, we call it as a control chart. Now, please understand, this is UCL and LCL, control limit. Don't confuse it with the SL. SL is specification limit set by the customer. And this is set by the process. So how will I get my control limits? Collect 30 sample, take an average, calculate the standard deviation. Very easily you can calculate the standard deviation. I just showed you. Using Minitab, you can calculate. I just showed you, right? Average is 50 days here. Recruitment time, standard deviation was 5 days. 4.7 is 5 days. Okay. Now, don't worry about how to calculate because you are a yellow belt. You are not supposed to know this. You just know that there is an average and standard deviation. I'll teach you. Join my green belt. I will teach you how to calculate those things. But understand the concept. Right now, we are here to understand basic concepts. And in a yellow belt, I'm teaching you much more than what a yellow belt actually should be knowing. Because because I see people are responding, you are understanding. So that is why I'm teaching you a little bit more. Lower control limit and upper. Now coming back to our chocolate example. So let me make the same thing for my chocolates. This becomes 100. Now I'm taking this example. This will be 101. This will be 102. This will be 103. This will be 99. This will be 98. This will be 97. So if I go to the first example, my voice of process is 97 and 103. And it matches the voice of customer. Very, very ideal situation. But when, let us take an example. When my average is 100 and standard deviation is 2, it will look like how? This is 100. This is 102. This is 103. Sorry, not 103. This is 104. And this will be 106. This will be 98. This will be 96. And this will be 94. Something like this. Yeah. 94 to 906. So when my standard deviation was 1, I was going up to 97 to 103. When my standard deviation is increased, my variation is increased. Now I am going up to 94 to 106 more, which looks something like this, isn't it? 94 to 106. And as my variation increases, my defects increase. And when my variation reduces, something like this, average is 100, standard deviation is 0.5. So it will be like 100, 100.5, 101, and 101.5. Here it will be 99.5, 99, and this will be 98.5. Customer specification limit is still 197 to 103. And I am, just imagine, 99% of my chocolates are within 98.5 to 103. So I'm not even talking, I'm far, far away from the customer specification limit. I'm how much away? 6 times standard deviation. See here, 1, 2, 3. This is 3 times standard deviation ending here. 4, 5, 6 times. It's a 6 sigma process, producing 3 defects in 1 million opportunities. 6 sigma, 6 times standard deviation away. My mean, my average is away from the specification limit by 6 times 6 standard deviations away. Very, very far away. I'm not even looking at the customer specification limits. See, here I'm crossing the customer specification limits. If you see, here I'm crossing the customer specification limits because it's like 100, 102, 104, and 106, 98, 96, and 94. I'm crossing it, right? Here it is. I'm within the specification. I hope you are able to understand. Are you able to get this concept? Are you able to understand this? It's a little complicated, but if you understand this, you will understand your processes in a better way. Okay, you will be understanding your processes in a better way, and these things are actually present in your process. Now, hurriedly I'm teaching you. See, I've got only 2 hours to teach you so many things. I have my limitations, right? So I'm trying to, I can't spend too much time, but I've tried to teach you, meaning of, why variation is low. In short, now if I go back to where we started, what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is about reducing the variation in your products or services so that voice of process is within the voice of customer. Means your lower specification limit, upper specification limit is wider, and lower control limit and upper control limit are narrower than this. In this case, can you tell me, voice of process means control limits are more than specification limits? Is it producing errors? Can you tell me, in this process, is it producing errors? It is producing errors, yes. And the red is producing errors. And if I reduce the variation, then it will produce less errors. So the variation is the key enemy of process excellence. You go to McDonald's, very less variation. You go to McDonald's in Dubai or Melbourne or Mumbai, Bangalore, Karachi or Riyadh or London. Very less variation, system oriented. Not dependent on people, but dependent on the process and system. Less variation in the process produces quality. But one restaurant is very nice. You see, you like food there, but it opens, then near your house, some good restaurant is there. But it opens a new branch somewhere else in another part of the city. You say, no, that branch is not good, but the original branch is good. What failed was, it is still people oriented, chef oriented, not system oriented. When you are system oriented, you can multiply faster. The quality is assured. Yeah. So what green belts and black belts do? See, yellow belts they understand basic Lean, the Six Sigma concepts. Now, I have told you more than basics, not just basic, more than basic. And I'll teach you more as well. Still half an hour to go, right? I'll teach you more than basics. Then we have green belts. Green belts, they can do projects. They learn tools and techniques. Around 100 tools I teach them. And they are well equipped to improve any process in any industry. Similarly, you have got black belts. Black belts, they learn advanced concepts of statistical. I taught you something from black belt only. Today I was teaching you last 10 minutes. I entered into the black belt area. So they are able to do cross-functional projects. They are able to do cross-functional project means they are able to do bigger complex projects. They can save more money. And master black belts can guide green belts and black belts. They can conduct training programs. You can join my green plus black plus master black belt training program, and you can become a master black belt. You can teach others. A lot of students who have been master black belt from Anexas, Europe, they are teaching, in Middle East a lot. A lot of my students are even conducting training programs. I'm always proud of them, although they become my competitors, by the way. But that's fine. I've been doing this for the last 25 years, and you're happy that you become happy when you see a lot of people exactly spreading the same message. You can also become one. Because when you learn these tool techniques, you feel like teaching others also. When I teach, I also teach in a way that you should also feel like spreading this. So my aim is to make you a master black belt. Of course, you can start with the green, 3 days of green belt, 3 days of black belt, and around 4 or 5 days of master black belts. and whole package at one go you can go for if you are able to. Now, let me tell you how to do a DMAC project: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So Ganesh is asking, what is SL? SL is specification limit and CL is control limit. Okay. Now let us look at define phase. We do SIPOC and project charter. Measure phase, I'll teach you some of the tool, which are types of data. Normal distribution, I've already told. Control chart also, I've briefly told you about it. Analyze phase, cause and effect diagram, box plot, scatter plot, process mapping, brainstorming, and 4-5. Okay, so we'll be learning all these tool technique now. And okay, Mr. Mohammed, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. Okay. So you're saying excellent explanation. Thanks a lot. And you feel happy, if you give feedback. As a trainer. By the way, today is my 56th birthday. I'm turning 55, and today is my 56th. 2nd September, and already in Australia. For you, I think it is 1st September, but it's in Australia. It's already I've started my birthday. So it's a birthday gift. So if you have appreciated, it's a birthday gift. Thank you. Ravi, thank you. Rahmat, thank you. Okay, thanks everyone. Now, if you are looking at this project, let's say this company wants to reduce recruitment cycle time of their engineers. Okay. Now, let us do a DMAC. DMAC means define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Define means define the problem. Measure means collect the data. Analyze means analyze the root causes. So many. Mujir, Ajay, Arvind, Asifa, Faize. Okay, so I can't read out everyone's name. Sorry for that. Nizamuddin, Saeed, everything. Everyone has given lots of thanks a lot for your wishes. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ganesh. Okay. Now, define, measure. Define means I define the problem. Measure, I collect the data. I make a histogram, understand my control limits, specification limits, how many defects I'm producing, analyze why I'm producing those defects, then improve, attack the root cause, and then control the process using control charts. Let us see how to do that. In the define phase, I first identify a team who will do a project with me, identify the process which needs to be improved. So I have a recruitment cycle time to be improved. The process here is the recruitment process. So who's the process owner? Process owner is the manager of the process in whose process you are doing the project. So here, recruitment process is the process. So recruitment manager will be the process owner. Then who's the sponsor or the champion? Sponsor of the champion is the head of the department in whose process we are doing the project. So HR director is the champion. Now, why we are identifying those champions or sponsors or a project owner, process owner? Because these people, as a green belt, I'm improving their process. I don't know anything about recruitment. So they'll be supporting me. They will be guiding me. They'll be giving access to their processes so that I can do the project. So I form a team. Team members, Shashi and Rajiv, they are going to Rajiv, in fact, it is, I think, sorry for that. Yeah. Rajiv, take it. I still remember. It's a 2011 project, by the way. You can still read the company name. I'm not supposed to reveal, but you can read it. Anyway, if you are able to read it, why not? So here, Shashi Pillai and Rajiv Teki, they are the team members. First, we create a SIPOC. See, problems are in the processes, not in the people. So if you remember, I started with the systems map. So a little bit smaller version of this is S for supplier, I for input, P for process, O for output, and C for customers is known as SIPOC. So I will have a little, just look at the SIPOC supplier input. Who are the customers? Generally, I start with the customers when I'm making a SIPOC. Customers are the departments who need this recruited people. Recruited employees, the output of the process of recruitment. And these are the process steps. And these are the inputs: job description, IT system, CVs, budget, HR staff, travel documents. These are the inputs. And these are the suppliers. Supplier input, process output, and customers. So I make a set. Then customers, remember, customers are interested in the value derived from the output. And the measures on the output are known as CTQs, or the measures. One of the measure is recruitment time. That is known as recruitment time is, I call it as Y. And what are the factors affecting the recruitment time? All these are affecting my recruitment time. Time taken to receive and shortlist the resumes, time taken to interview the shortlisted candidate, time taken to develop the mobilization plan, time taken to mobilize the candidate, etc. What are the inputs? IT system, job description, CVs, budget, HR staff, etc. These are all the inputs. Okay. So these inputs and processes, they are affecting my recruited employee. They are affecting my all the measures on the recruited employee: recruitment time, then also the quality of the recruited employee. So all these things, CVs, the quality of CV affects the recruited employee, number of CVs, budget approved, not approved, HR staff, the skills, measures on inputs, measures of processes affects the measure of output. Okay. Measure of input, measure on out. See, I'm talking about not only input and process, measures. See, we cannot improve if we cannot measure. See, you look at the inputs and process, you feel happy that I know the process. But if you want to improve, you have to measure. So now I'm putting measure on not only output, but inputs and process also. Okay. Okay. Now, do you agree that there are two types of data? Some data I can measure, some data I cannot measure. Do you agree with that? Now, I already gave you the hint of the answer earlier. Do you agree? So some people agree, some people disagree. See, I told you, you cannot improve, you cannot measure. And second rule is you can measure everything. Yes. Okay. So I'll tell you how to measure. See, some things we can easily measure, they are classified as continuous data, like procurement time. It has unit. It can contain a decimal point. Always have a decimal point. 0.5. It is a unit. And generally 30 to 50 samples are good enough for understanding the whole process. And I can draw a histogram of it. Okay. Attribute data is like classification: good, bad, male, female. Okay. You have a category. And category can be counted. You still have count for 40 males, 50 females. But you cannot have 41.5 males. You have 20, 41 or 42, discrete number. Okay. This I've explained more in detail in my another video. Glimpse of that I'll show you, but it is again available in YouTube. You can watch that a little later. But glimpse of that I'll just show you here.
Hi, I'm Amit. If you think something cannot be measured, then probably it is attribute data.
Oh.
Now let me tell you, how can you measure anything? There are two types.
Maybe I have.
Hi.
Have I reduced the voice or? Oh, sorry. Sorry. In fact, I myself was not able to hear. So, okay. So there are two types of data. So let me describe it.
Jokes apart, the third rule can be, if you think something cannot be measured, then probably it is attribute data. Now let me tell you, how can you measure anything? There are two types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data can be represented on a number line. It can have a decimal place. It can also have a unit. Say, for example, age, height. Age is 52.5 years. That's my age.
Well, that was my age 2.5 years ago. You know my age now. Exactly. Okay.
Height, maybe 180.1 centimeters. Cycle time of a process 3.5 hours, or procurement time in an organization 120.3 days.
So all these are continuous data. Okay, I hope you understood. You can represent it on a number line. Decimal points is there, unit is there. This is a typical continuous data, or also known as quantitative rate. But another type of data is attribute data. So let me talk.
These are all continuous data because they all have a possibility of a decimal, means they can be expressed in decimal points, and also they all have a unit. Now let us talk about attribute data. Attribute data can be expressed in categories, and categories can be counted. Say, for example, if you want to measure happiness, so easiest way to measure any attribute data is to create a category, and if possible you can create a binary category. A presence or absence of that attribute can be one of the simplest categories. So if I take the example of happiness, two categories I can create: happy, unhappy. So if I want to increase the happiness in the employees in the organization, then I can always count how many employees are happy. Let's say 60 employees are happy and 40 employees are unhappy. I can express this as proportion. That means proportion of happy employees in my organization is 0.6 and proportion of unhappy employees is 0.4. And it can also be expressed as percentage. Now this proportion or percentage, they don't have a unit. And a count like 60 employees, I can't have 60.1 employees who are happy. So the count will not have any decimal point. So this is what continuous data and attribute data is.
So see, the continuous and attribute data, I hope things are clearly satisfaction, not satisfaction. Yes, you're right. So see here, percentage. I can also express in percentage instead of proportion. Proportion is portion out of 1. Like if this circle was 1, so 0.6 is belongs to happy and 0.4 belongs to unhappy. Similarly, if this circle was 100, then 60 will belong to happy and 40 will belong to unhappy. Whichever way. Yeah, some people are asking, can I connect you on LinkedIn? Of course, please. You can just connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on LinkedIn if you don't want to connect. Just follow. And every day I put one video of one short 3-minute video of a quality tool. So every day you will get something, some knowledge you will get. I have a very say bad habit of putting videos, but they are all knowledge-based videos. So you will learn something. 3 minutes, but you will learn something. So you can even follow me on LinkedIn or even Instagram. I have a Anexas page channel. Instagram. Amitabh Saxena also is there. Facebook also I'm there. You can follow there. But LinkedIn, if you are there, just follow me and you will get all the posts. You will be say happy if you connect with me. Okay, great. Now here, the link is given here, and you can do that. You can click on the link and just follow that. Why not? Most welcome. Thanks for asking that. Ahmed just asked that, and thanks for asking. Ahmed. I keep forgetting. I'll also tell you how to join my sessions in a while. So, but now you have understood that, right?
It is very important to know that.
Hi. So now I make a charter, project charter, that what I'm going to do. So I make a recruitment cycle time. It is around 50 days today. And I would like to reduce it to 30 days by July 2011. And if I'm able to do that, I'm going to save some $300,000 because I'm able to recruit employees faster, engineers faster. Then I'm able to do my projects received from the clients faster. And in 1 year, around say 20 days of additional engineers production say productivity is worth $300,000 because I can finish my projects faster. I can charge the clients. So you have some monetary benefits. You will not be having monetary benefits for all the projects, but if you can show the monetary benefits, people will get motivated. So that becomes define phase. In the measure phase, the symptoms, the why, the output. Output is the here recruitment time. That something is wrong. See, symptom why is the defects, delays, errors. These are the symptoms that something is wrong in the process. But the root causes lie in the X factors, in the inputs and processes. Okay. So why is that errors, defects, delays? It just tells you something is wrong in the process. But what is really wrong is the X factor. So you have to go to the X factor. So here I collect the data and I make a histogram. So here what I do, I already showed it to you. So I collected the data. And I made a histogram. And I find that average is 50 and standard deviation is 5. Yeah. Average is 50 and standard deviation is 5. So I can create a control chart also. This is my process, how the process is looking like today. The process is looking something like this. My recruitments are between 36 days to 64 days. Now, plus minus 3 times standard deviation. And this is how I'm behaving today. But I don't want this. I want to be lower down. So today my process is between these are my limits, which is 34 to 66, I think, whatever it was. I want to reduce it. I want to change the control limits of my process. And that is the whole project about. Okay. Let us see if I'm able to do that. How will I do? First, I will find the causes. What is causing? Why I'm not able to reduce? What is the reason of my delays? So I invite the people in the analyze phase. I can follow lean approach, which is as is process walk, process mapping, Gemba walk, identifying the value added and non-value added process in the systems. Or I can also follow the data approach like cause and effect diagram and Pareto chart and box plots and scatter plots. Let me take you through that. So process mapping means like I will map the processes, value added and non-value added steps. Some steps are not adding value. I'll try to remove them. Sub steps which are adding value, still I am trying to reduce it. And then I will also invite people for making cause and effect diagram. Think of all the possible causes which are which are responsible for my delay in the recruitment. So people will give you lots of causes. Now I cannot work on each and every cause. So there is a principle called Pareto principle. Pareto was 80-20 rule. He gave us 80-20 rule. He found actually, Vilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist who found that 80% of the wealth or money in Italy was with 20% of the people. So he applied this to, everywhere he saw this 80-20 rule. So Mr. Joseph Juran, he applied this to quality and he said that 80% of your problems, whatever problems you are facing, at 80% of your problems are due to 20% of the cause, like 1, 2, 3, 4, only 20% of your total causes are responsible for 80% of your problems. So here what we do, we take a voting which the people feel in maximum times, some of the causes, they will appear again and again. People will feel that this is very strong cause. You can even collect the real data and arrange those causes in the descending order, like which cause is appearing most of the time, that will be in the top, and then the next one and the next one. And plot them on a histogram. Plot them in a bar chart. We call it as Pareto chart, something like this. Making Pareto, etc., is not in your syllabus, but I'm just showing you how to, it's very easy actually. Let me show you. Why not? If you still have time, so if you are willing to spend a little more time, I can go into details as well. So what I did, I collected the data. Okay. I collected the data. Man, machine, material, methods, generally we call it as fishbone diagram, also known as cause and effect diagram. So man, machine, material, methods, all I brainstorm on all those possible areas, and then make a cause and effect diagram. Very easily I can make it. Nowadays things are all automated. So measurement, material, personal, machines, method, environment, these are areas. There's a way to do a cause and effect diagram. So, but I'm just showing you the outputs right now. So we have got all the possible causes, but not every cause is equally responsible. Which is responsible, which is more responsible, which is like causing maximum issues. So I collect the data, which cause is appearing most of the time. And if I ask Minitab, please count the causes and tell me which causes are appearing most of the time. In a Pareto chart, it will tell you that, see, assessment time is one of the more important causes. Job description not available is again an important cause. Approval time is an issue. Type of hiring is an issue. Okay. Fine. Let us further collect the data on these causes and validate. So suppose I collect now approval time, I thought is one of the causes. This is the X factor, and the recruitment time is the Y. Let me validate. I'll just show you one example. Let me validate. Is approval time really affecting the recruitment time? Now, if both the data is continuous data, then I will use a tool called scatter plot. Like scatter plot looks like this. Say, for example, age and experience. Both are continuous data. So you'll find as the age increases, experience increases, and vice versa. We call it as positive relation. Similarly, time taken to complete a job and experience. As the experience increases, the time taken to complete a job reduces. This is known as negative correlation. But there is another thing which is like no correlation at all. Let's say, for example, uh, age of people in a classroom and outside temperatures. So let's say we are having conferences. Age of the people attending the conference is not related to the outside temperature, of course. So it is no correlation. So similarly, we can observe in our whenever we have just continuous variable like recruitment time and approval time. Is it approval time is really the root cause? Let us see. So I'll ask a Minitab to do a scatter plot and between approval time and the recruitment time. And you can see, oh, it is increasing, right? There is a positive. So I get those root causes validated. It sometimes, like if I see, is it related to the assessment time? Let us see that. Oh, it is not related. This all scattered. So assessment time is not the cause, but approval time is. So similarly, I keep validating. I do the same exercise with all the things. Then I have got my root causes. Now, for each root causes, what I do, I generate the brains. Using brainstorming, I generate
One
ideas. There are different brainstorming techniques like 635. My team will put a video there. You can watch that. 635 technique. There is round robin technique. There is also a lot of techniques are there. FMEA you can use, failure modes and fixed analysis, which is already given to you. Here I am seen using FMEA in a uh, American company, so, producing soft drinks, one of the soft drink giants, one of the two. You can remember. We generally don't have, we can't take the names of the clients, sometimes, especially America and US, they're very particular. Don't take the names of the client, but you can make the guesses, that. So anyway, these improvements, for each root cause, you come out with improvements. Now, these are the root causes. So whatever improvements I'm suggesting, it is going to really affect my output. So they came out with improvements, they implemented the improvements, and then once they implemented the improvements, they were able to sustain, control it for a long, long time. Controlling is also important using control charts. So they were able to reduce it, and let me show you after the improvement, after improvement, what happened. Before improvement, what was the time? If you remember, it was 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and now if I make control chart of before and after, before it was around 50, now it has become 25. And it is able to sustain the gains. It is able to continue. It is not going up back. It's control. So controlling, to have a standard operating procedures, train the people, etc. So this is how a typical project is done. Now, if you are interested in learning those techniques, now I have just shown you some of the things, explained some of the advanced concepts in very short time. If you would like to attend my sessions, most welcome. And if you are interested, I will tell you. First, let me ask you, how many of you are interested? Okay, so let me launch a poll. How many of you are interested in attending this session? So I'll send you a link. You can register and you can join us. Of course, there is a fees for that. There is not only me. I've got a 25-member team supporting you. 10 of them are master black belts. They're making the case studies, helping you personally. When you are attending my session, it's not like you attend the session, plus after that, you have a support system of my black belt, master black belts. They will engage with you. If you want to do a project, they will help you do the project. So if you are interested, you can even start doing a real project in your company. And this will definitely improve your value a lot. So if you are interested, so thanks for showing your interest. Some of you have already told that you would like to receive information from us. So those who are interested in joining very soon, they can join. So today I'm going to give an offer. This only for, you can check with my previous programs also. This offer has never been there and it's not going to be there next time also. We are going to give you data science full certification, data science. That is self-learning program, of course, will be totally free if you are attending this time, if you are enrolling with us this time. Okay, so let me tell you the fees. Can you please tell me the dates? My team can show those dates. Yes. So these are the my the green belt black belt is live session, just like that. This was a webinar, so you were not able to interact directly with me, means you could not see each other's comments. Also, you cannot see, it means I was more focused on, doing the teaching of the tools. But when it's in as a classroom, we have got not more than 15 people. 15, we don't take people more than 50. Right now, there were more than 100 people. So it was very difficult to, interact personally. Although I took some names, I couldn't. And thanks for wishing me happy birthday. I couldn't respond to each and every one, but uh, thanks for that. Okay. So my best birthday gift would be you join the sessions. Okay. So here, Saturday, Sunday batch, 24th September, we are starting. Friday, Saturday batch would be September 29th. Weekday batch, you can reduce this. The next time you can, the last line is not visible. So if you can just, yeah, we can put next time, we can put it a little up. So weekdays, 2 hours every day. Every day you can attend the session also. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. You can do that. So there are 4 options. You can do on Friday, Saturdays, or Saturday, Sundays, or you can do a morning session, or you can do an evening session. So with that, yeah, how much it costs also I'll tell you. Original fees 3,500 plus VAT, but this time you are going to get everything by in just 2,500, green belt plus black belt. And if you include master black belt also, very, very good offer, very, uh, you know, an offer which is not given here, but yeah. What about the master black belt offer? Yeah, green belt is black belt or master black belt plus data science. Data science course itself is costing worth 5,000 dirhams or 5,000 riyals. That itself, that plus green plus black plus master black belts, you can treat it as my birthday offer, and this will be only available for today, because my team insisted that I do a session today. Although in midnight at 3 o'clock in the night, 3 o'clock in the night, but it's a trust me, it's a good offer. You'll learn a lot, and you will get. One thing would be that you'll be associated with me. It's not like some trainers, they just come. A lot of companies, they invite a trainer, part-time person who's working in some company, and he will come and train you, and then he will not be answerable. See, I am accountable to you. When you are doing a session from me, you're going to form a long-term relationship. People whom I have trained 20 years ago, they are still in touch with me. Of course, they are now big people, you know, much more than ahead of me. But it's okay. We are happy for everyone's success. Oh no. Sometimes I tell them, you recruit me in your organization, and at least if I'm able to earn that much of salary, what you are earning, that will be also good. Half of that also is fine. But anyway, I'm happy teaching. So happy for my students. Okay. So now, yeah, these are some of the fees. Whole system, you'll be not getting only my, of course, the live session I'll be doing. You'll be getting the recordings of those sessions, plus recordings of many of my professionally done videos. Some of them you saw, but there are many more videos. I have sent you some links also. And plus, more importantly, a support of doing the project. One project we'll be doing in the classroom. I just showed you one project, but we'll be doing very slowly, we'll do it together in a very nice way, in a very slow pace. We'll be doing a project. And so trust me, it is an investment. It is worth having. I personally invested some good money in myself around 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I'm so happy. That money was very much for me. And sometimes it may look much, but it's an investment. And you can check out with many of my past students over the 2020, over last 19, 20 years who have undergone training from me. Mostly, like I would say, almost everyone, with I think with good confidence, I can say everyone will tell you that you will not be at loss in investing this money. And this money is not only for me, but for the whole system. We have got a good team of people who are supporting. Yeah. So you will be, but as I said, you will not be dealing with an organization. You will be not lost anywhere. You will have a direct touch, contact with me. If things don't work, you can always connect with me, send a message to me on LinkedIn. Great. The timings are given here. Mm, most of the people who are from are right now joining from Middle East. So this Middle East times are might be more interested. Those who are from Australia, still you have joined in. I don't think anyone from Australia has joined at this point of time. At this time, they are sleeping. But suppose you have joined, we have a separate Australian batch. We have a separate US batch as well. So if you are interested, you can join that session as well. We have not mentioned that time, but here this especially program was for Middle East. So, and I have lots of Middle East clients. Trust me. So I would like to have you as well in my session, and most welcome. I'll leave you with some of the videos like Lean Six Sigma and telecommunications, Lean Six Sigma, or I will just show you if you want. I'll show you how Lean Six Sigma is implemented in an organization. Some of the upcoming free workshops, free AWS, if you are interested in AWS services, it's happening on September 9th. Free PMP workshop I am conducting on September 8th. For one free CPHQ workshop, I am conducting on 15th September. Free Yellow Belt training, again, I'm conducting on 9th September. Data science training, I'm conducting on 15th September. And Power BI training, I'm conducting on December 22nd. So feel free to join those sessions if you are interested. And please register. I would like you to be part of my training, and I invite you to be with me in the classroom. Generally, our batch size is 15. So we make a batch of 15. Sometimes in special circumstances, if there's a group coming in, so we may go up to 20, not more than that. And so we have limited seats. We generally don't. By the way, we have four batches, so we have got ample number of seats. I'm not going to say seats are filling up fast or something like that. They will be there. You can choose your batch. Sometimes in morning batch there are very few people, like 4 or 5 people there. So it doesn't matter. Even if one person is there, I'll be happy to teach. Okay. Now let me show you of the way Lean Six Sigma is implemented in the organization. Okay, so I will now take you through. Yeah. See, when we implement Lean Six Sigma in an organization, now this is additional thing I told you. If you are willing to stay for half an hour more, so like 15 minutes more. So I'll tell you. So I'm going to tell you how Lean Six Sigma is implemented. So you choose projects from various, in the different departments. Generally, I form a steering committee. Okay, steering committee comprising of the senior manager, CEO, and senior executives, and a quality leader. I'll train the senior management, the HODs, SVPs, VPs, as the champions workshop, champions training. And then also they will nominate the high performing individuals in the organization, and they would be designated as black belts, and some green belts will be part of the team. So these black belts and green belts, they will undergo the training. And then we have master black belt like me, who's guiding them, green belts and black belts. So this is the infrastructure in which the whole people, the whole system operates. So I start with the champions training. Like here, if you see one of the European company, pharmaceutical giant in Europe, in Switzerland, based in Switzerland, I'm conducting that the champions training for them, trying to convince them through some usage of tools and techniques that this thing really works. And after that, if you see, in another, I'm taking different companies example. So now the champions have got trained. The champions have nominated their green belts and black belts, and now they are in the classroom, and now they are starting their training.
Your team name 1, 2, 3. Anti-Muda. And your slogan 1, 2, 3. Green Air Go. Okay. And your song 1, 2.
So anyway, so there's like just fun element also in the classroom a little bit. So if you want to, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go green. Let's go green. Let's go green. We are the champions. We are the team.
Wow.
Okay, so this is like, people have now started learning, they form teams, and once they form teams,
And your team name
one group.
1, 2, 3.
So there is like 3, 4, 5 groups, and each doing a project. And towards the end, of course, they click the photographs, then they presented the projects. But let me tell you that, say, another national healthcare service in London from US. This is Liverpool, actually, not US, sorry, UK. In Liverpool, he is presented, just now he completed the presentation, and he's being certified as a black belt. So he's telling.
Well, we have Alex with us, and he has done excellent Lean and Six Sigma projects in National Healthcare Service and in hospitals. So, Alex, would you like to tell us something about it?
Hello, I'm Alex Wells, Head of Service Improvements at the Royal Liverpool University Hospital. I've been really fortunate to present today on how us as a trust are using Lean and Six Sigma principles to deliver better care for our patients. I've presented today on a lot of the work that we've done around how we've improved patient outcomes, reducing mortality, improving length of stay, and also talked about how we can actually realise some financial benefits from that. Over the past 2 years, we've been really fortunate that we've done some good work, and it's actually delivered us £2 million worth of quality efficiencies through delivering better patient care.
So that is about this. And then over a long period of time, in the bank musket, I'm not going to show you so many videos, but there may be last one. Nakel is one of the logistics companies.
My name is Mohammed Al-Bayati. I'm the CEO of Nakel. Through Anexas, Mr. Amitabh has taught me and more than 1,000 employees of Nakel, Six Sigma and Lean processes. This affected our bottom lines by millions of riyals, and it is having a big impact in changing our company from a local company to a regional or multinational company. Thanks to Anexas and Mr. Amitabh. Thank you very much.
So over the period of 10 years, if you do it, it totally transforms the company. And so that's what this part anyway I have already completed. So, so once again, I would like to welcome you. Lot of companies, lot of hospitals.
Mr. Andrew Robertson with us, who's CEO of King Edward VII Hospital.
So, again, once again, I would like to invite you for my training session. And if you have any questions, further questions, I'll be
among ourselves.
Request close.
We could increase, and so I reached out to our operations team, and we headed straight here to Formula Rossa, one of the signature rides here at Ferrari World at Abu Dhabi, and we decided to work on how we could increase the reliability of the time it takes to update our queue time boards, because as you know, every minute that guest waits in a queue line is super important.
We had the brainstorming session with the team, and we went through a few topics, and then we chose the most appropriate one for the course. The chosen topic was reduce facilities management service request closeout time.
So I was eager to use statistics and data analytics to solve a business challenge. One of the challenges we had is the erosion of the retail per capita spend in Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, and that was my topic.
Well, actually, being an HR professional, recruitment lead time has been always a problem across the board. So taking that subject in specific will help me improve onto the recruitment cycle.
So what we had worked on was redesigning the product launch process, which we've now implemented.
We had a discussion within our team, and the most critical area that we faced was our closing process. So we decided among ourselves that this is the one that we should go for.
Yeah, the course that we did was a week-long online facilitated course. It was fantastic. It showed us the whole methodology behind Lean Six Sigma, and it also provided a various amount of tools that we could be able to use to improve all of the existing processes that we have here in the park.
Well, it was 1 week training. It was very interesting and always energetic in terms of interaction in the class. Every single day has been different, and the knowledge sharing has been remarkable.
This gave us a broader perspective to understand the issues, and it gave us opportunity to do some brainstorming, and we were able to come up with better solutions from a wholesome perspective.
It was a very stimulating experience where we met every day with the colleagues, all very engaged, eager to learn, and keen on and willing to actually pause, step back from their day-to-day work to get some new perspectives. So it was really a refreshing exercise.
When an issue comes to us, we try to think about it from a Lean Six Sigma perspective. We try to define the issue, we make a project charter about it, we try to analyze it. So it has changed the perspective of how we look at issues.
Statistics allowed me to understand the root cause of the problem and come up with the very targeted improvement initiatives that we aim at implementing within the year. So every dirham per cap increase would represent 1 million revenue uplifts in a standard year. So the impact can be significant.
Well, this program is in benefit not just for me as a recruiter, but it helps the whole organization in terms of how we can identify issues. How we can look into problems.
So what's really exciting is that since we completed the course and we implemented all of the changes that we worked through, we have 100% seen a decrease in the time that it takes to upload the QTime boards, which is really cool. And one other really exciting thing is that one of the recommendations that the team and I put forward through in our project, for the project I should say, is that has now been funded through the business. So you'll have to watch this space for more. I can't tell you just yet.
I would say satisfaction, quality, and experience. And I say that because my project was focused on how we can improve the product launch. So we wanted to get customers satisfied and improve the customer experience. And we wanted to improve the quality of the products that we were issuing to guests and the overall process that we had within the business to launch new products.
I would say that it has definitely brought consistency to the team, awesome efficiency for sure. And the only other word I can kind of think of is it's brought alignment, not only alignment within the department, but with all of our rides here, also alignment within the business and even with our competitors. So it's a win-win.
I think the biggest personal improvement is giving a framework for doing process improvements. I've always worked in.
Okay, I will leave you with some of the tools like videos. Those who are still interested, I can show some of